Oh man, back then in Vegas, man, well, just the world in general, it was easier to get money for sure. You know, as far as what I was doing and anything else, I think the internet helped in certain fields and it hindered certain fields. You know, and a lot of people don't. A lot of people don't know how to adapt. Like there's some people that's still stuck in 2010, 15, whatever. Like we in 2026 right now. Like you got to adapt to the culture. Like Craigslist or whatever else you was doing was working back then. It might not work like that. You got to spend some money on Google Ads. You know, like man, Vegas was better when Mayweather was in his prime fighting out here. Man, if you wasn't making no money or weren't around somebody making no money, you wasn't really doing nothing. The rent was cheap. You can get a nice place for $1,000. Nice. Like an area, like damn, I'm living over here. Versus now, $1,000, it might be like, little sketchy neighborhood, you know. But the point, what I'm trying to explain to D is, you have to evolve and adapt to the times. That's why a lot of y'all failing. Y'all that old ass method. It's like somebody trying to sell you CD. We went to LA, dude trying to sell me a CD. I'm like, nigga, I don't got a CD player in my car. I don't even know. If y'all in the comments can let me know, when was the last time? Tell me when they stopped putting CDs in the car, cause I don't know. Cause the last two cars I had, we don't got CDs. So like using that example, like if your mind is still stuck in the CD era where we're in the download digital era, you're already behind. So if somebody's trying to, and this is another thing too, like being open minded. If somebody is moving forward with the time, you should shut the fuck up and listen to what they got to say. Because obviously they're doing something right, you're doing something wrong. But that's what I'm going back to: pride, ego, and being jealous. Most black people can't put that to the side, and that's why we're losing as a community. But that's a whole different story. You're not ready for that. I drove around the whole city. I even took the van. I was scared. It was another van I got at the time. I drove like 2-3 hours out to make $500. So that I was scared. Yeah, I was scared, but I did it though. I think I got a picture of that. Me and another person. Like I was scared, but I didn't let fear stop me from making money. Yeah, you can. You got to keep going, man. How the world works is nobody care about the past. They want to know what you're doing now. Oh man, you was driving Bentleys in '05. Nigga, you out here holding a sign off the freeway. You know, pushing a cart around and shit, you know? Like, shit, man, you got to adapt. I bet you right, they was probably popping back in high school and look at them now. Pushing a cart around and shit. You know what I'm saying? A lot of y'all one step close to being like that. And it's sad, man. Everybody has their shot. And some people blow it, or some people stop. Some people give up. Even when you fall, shit, you gotta dust yourself off. Aaliyah said it and try again. And that's probably one of the realest songs if you really break it down. What'd she say? At first you don't succeed, dust yourself off and try again. It says that. It's really that simple. The information was there, but like the urban community, like being an entertainer, basketball, stuff like that, and rapping and singing, like that's the way we try to push it, a culture. Like my kids, like, of course I want them to play sports, but I'm pushing more like being more independent. Cause I talk to them. Y'all could check the videos on the TikTok. My daughter's 5, my son 13. I tell them, hey, what you gonna do with your money? Invest in real estate, invest in a business. I'm teaching them now.
So you instilling that?
Yeah, man. So cause just say like they pushing this AI, these robots and stuff. So by the time they get of age, man, if they wanted to work, they don't need to. But if they wanted to work McDonald's, or work at Walmart, it ain't gonna be no jobs for them. So it's just like you got to teach that being independent, or having a side hustle if you work at a job or something like that. Because 100,000 ain't 100,000 no more. It's hard to live off that money now, and it's only gonna get higher and worse. You could, we'll just say we'll go back to like 2010, 100,000. Like I said, if you were renting or buying, like the same house that's worth 400 now, back in 2010 was maybe 150, 180, 200,000. Now it's double, right?
Yeah.
So if you was making 100,000 in, the mortgage probably would be like, I'm just throwing it out there. Don't quote me on it. It was 500. Now it's 3,500. See, is the difference? Yeah, it's a difference, man. So that's why I said 100,000 ain't really that no more. You can still live a good lifestyle, but it's not like it once was. You know, most people want to, go on trips with their family, ball, have a little ball. Now you got to think twice before you make a certain move. But before you do all that, even with 100,000, I suggest you invest in some type of real estate or a business, or get behind somebody that has good ideas, even if you're not real estate savvy. That's my opinion on it.